Hey everybody, welcome back to This Old Trike. Today we are making a mess. We got 70 frames lying around. We've got this 350X frame that I've been working on. Me and Bennett, who is off camera today, he just did a weld inspection. We used the Dremel to touch up any little spatter that we didn't see when we were welding. So that's good to go. We are prepping 70 frames for powder coat. This is going to be my wife's machine. We just pounded out the bearing races. We cut the tab off for the air filter box because we're not going to be using that. The bearings have been removed. That was a fight. Let me tell you what. Hers wasn't. Mine was. This is my 85 frame. This was by far the worst. I had my bearing puller out. I tried pulling them. I tried driving them out. I tried pulling them by drilling a hole through that board and then just like jamming the whole thing up, trying to get it out. I didn't take a video because it would have looked silly. But eventually I got them driven out using my chisel here with my sledge. That brought me victory. There's Bennett's bottom half. We're moving on. Then I pulled the needle bearings out of the swing arm for the 86 350X we are building, and we are not going to be putting traditional bearings back in. Over here I have Delrin bushings from Brian Malusian that we're going to be putting in. I use these on my 250R 3-wheeler. They're great. They're not going to seize on your pivot bolt. They're not going to seize up inside your swing arm. So the only thing left to do on the swing arm, here's the old bearings rolling around. I've got to get this bushing out. That's for the rear brake caliper stay. And I've got to weld that back together. And then that's ready to go on the powder coat pile. This I got to drive the bearing races out of. And the only thing left on these 70 frames is to drill and tap a couple holes up here. Hand me one of those things, Bennett. We have ordered from Lee Brunskill these plates. So we are going to drill and tap the holes on each frame for one of those. I forget what design everybody's picked. And in the other room, you will remember the little pink Palomino. It's in here warming up because once I get these frames sorted out, we're going to take that apart and strip it down to the frame because that's going to get powder coated because that's just rattle can, and you can see where it's wearing there. And on the forks from going to Trike Fest the last couple of years, it got worn a little bit. We're going to make it nice and fix some things that I really wasn't too pleased with after I'd finished it. So yeah, the name of the game today is get things ready, prep for powder coat. And then once everything's off to powder coat, then we can prep the hardware and send that off to be plated. I've got a gas tank at a guy's place getting refinished. I've got the seat from this machine and another machine I'm going to send off to Tammy at Cosmic Quads. I've talked to her. I need to get them sent out because she's got a lead time of her own, and I don't want that to impact when I need to have this done for the guy. So we're going to get back to work. What do you say, Bennett? Yeah, here we go. Our weld repair is done. I got that collar off. So the swing arm is good to go in the bin for powder. Next, I'm going to pop this frame up on the garbage can work stand because all my other work surfaces have crap on them. Anyway, we'll pound those bearings out, and I've got to find the screws that came with these. These are from Lee Brunskill. Did I mention that? I've got a variety of different styles. I'm not going to use them all, so a couple of these I'll probably sell once I'm done. But I got to find the screws that came with them so I can tap the holes the right way. And that's what I'm up to now, so wish me luck. How do you know when your seat cover is super crispy? it holds its shape with no seat in it. This seat cover came off a seat from the very first 86 350X I bought in 2017. So January of 17. Was it 8 years ago? Holy mackerel. So I bought that from a place in West Point, and when I got it home I realized how crispy it was, but I still think that machine wasn't as rusty as the one we're working on for our buddy Joe. So that's the seat cover off his. This is my seat pan, so I've marked it PHF. And I noticed when I took his seat off, one of his studs would spin freely. Oh, one of mine does too. Huckle buckle. Okay, so these are about to let go. So let me show you the concern over here. So here's underneath the foam. The foam I peeled away from the seat pan. These were like taped on. You can see where the adhesive was. So these studs have a little bracket that connect the two to keep the two from spinning, and both of these were rotten right through. Only one of them spun, and then when I started investigating I realized, no, we got some bigger issues here. So I'm gonna pop these back in and connect them with a piece of metal, weld it all back in, then stick the foam back on and send these off to Tammy Mosier at Cosmic Quads to make them look brandy new. And it looks like I got to do the same thing to this one. Didn't even know. Okay. They are reconnected. I just cut some scraps. There was a couple pieces out of the gusset kit that I didn't use, so I'm using them there. And yeah, so we're going to stick that foam back on. Throw a piece of tape around it to keep it together while it makes its way to Tammy. I'm going to fix mine right now and move on to whatever's next. We've made a lot of headway today. I was looking for those bolts for a long time. Found out they were in the cup holder of my truck. But once we did that, we figured out what thread we needed. We drilled holes. We tapped them. Bearings are out. Those are in. We worked on our seats. Those are ready to send out. Swing arms ready for powder. I've got the top triple there. I've got to go and make sure I've gathered everything I need to have powdered and categorize it into what's what. Like that lower, I'll pull the emblem off. That'll get vapor honed. So I've got some of that I need to do. But we are in good shape. If I can spend some time, we're going skiing tomorrow. So if I can spend some time out here after that to make sure I've categorized everything and have everything I need, that'll be good use of my time. I'm not 100% sure what I've recorded and how long I recorded today, but this is going to be the video. It's a working video. My boy was out here quite a bit with me, so that was nice. Thank you, Bennett, for your help. Now it's time to go in the house. We'll catch you later. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned as we get more of these across the finish line. Catch you later.